We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. What we can see of the ball appears to be teed up and ready to go. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Foles. And his first pass is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Foles. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Second down, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. A first down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tavon Austin, 51 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Philly's offense getting the ball again here in just a second. But if you look at the NFC picture as a whole, a lot of talk, understandably so, about the Rams and the Saints, the Panthers even. But what kind of chance do you give the Eagles of getting back to the Super Bowl?
I give them a good chance because Carson Wentz continues to get better coming back from the knee injury. They made the deal to get Golden Tate, which gives him another weapon at receiver, and that's starting to get better for them. Zach Ertz has been tremendous at tight end.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Foles. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Elliott. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Well, now they'll try the end around. And now running right through it, finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Again to Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. Sproles, the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
They've got his man complete. 30, 20. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 71 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run the option right here on first down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Adams. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On 3rd down, Adams. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dallas getting the ball again here on offense, and the Cowboys haven't been able to build a ton of momentum if you look at their 2018 season as a whole, Charles. In fact, the first 7 weeks before the bye earlier in the year, it was kind of like flipping a coin. It was loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So I don't know what you make of this team.
You would actually expect that coin to come up heads 2 times in a row or tails 2 times in a row, wouldn't you? I think that we'll see the second half belong to Ezekiel Elliott because the move to get Amari Cooper out wide should open things up a little bit more, and he's such an impact player, and that's how they play best. Him leading, running the football, and establishing the line of scrimmage. And also working in their favor, there's absolutely no one running away with the NFC East.
Yeah, Redskins and Eagles, they're in the mix obviously at the top, but you're right, just above 500. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cooper was the intended target.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Let's go!
They'll run it with Sproles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Well, the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Throwing. Prescott. And it's a quick flip out to Cooper, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll start out on the ground with Sproles. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Sproles. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's a gain of just... And the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Prescott now from the 50. Buying time to his left. On the left side, Gallup's got it. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to it.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
A second down throw for Prescott. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Oh, look at that. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Back to throw. And oh, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Austin. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Let's go, get out.
Now Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete here on 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You know, Charles, it is hard to believe that we are sitting on the doorstep of Thanksgiving week. Already that time of year, but it always gives us good football. One of the games on Thanksgiving, Chicago and Detroit, that'll get the party started at 12:30 Eastern.
One of the traditional games, Detroit hosting, Dallas hosting.
And now here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's them with the Eagles. And I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott on the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jalen Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Foles. Powering his way. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, I want to go in a different direction for a second, talk about Le'Veon Bell, because the November 13th report date has come and gone. He's still not with the Steelers. Now, the good news, though, Le'Veon Bell not there, but James Conner has been good in his stead.
He certainly has, and we have to think now that maybe we won't see Le'Veon Bell in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, ever again. And that's for another day. He's not there. You just hit it, though. James Conner. This Pittsburgh team has really elevated its game around James Conner, playing awfully well. He's playing well. And I think there's a certain sense when you watch them that they all want to prove something to Le'Veon Bell, that they can play well without him. And so far, it's working.
And James Conner, he's an easy guy to root for. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Foles. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Foles. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Now it's Sproles. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Elliott puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage, and they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time, but the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Prescott from the gun. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Hey, you got three.
Prescott yet again. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And give him a gain of 37.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time you have to leave the booth.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They go to Elliott again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Prescott. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys add on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in today's NFL, I wouldn't want to play defense. Too many great receivers and guys who are accurate, who can get them the ball. We've seen the result. Days like this one.
Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to air one out. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Prescott now, option right. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Second down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Prescott on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Schultz. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there at 22. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol on 2nd, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott keeping it himself from a yard out, and the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And on the ground they go with a running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Again, they'll run it. Again, it Sproles. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks. And
he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nigel Bradham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Prescott. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Prescott eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Bennett in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott now. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys add on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Foles, he's going to let this one go deep. The guy's man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And Jeffrey's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's an Eagles 1st down as Foles finds Jeffrey. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now they try the right side here. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And that one results in 35 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now back to throw. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The outcome of this one, Well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing, Prescott steps away to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now Foles. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Foles. It's complete left side to Aguilar. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try to run it now with Foles. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. A beautiful fake. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. The 30, past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Hey, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down now, Adams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. Oh, good move. He juked him. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow, because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.